The Bible is a book of absolutes, and to a lesser extent, how you and I see the culture, we have rules and regulations and thought processes, and we were raised in a certain way that we use those when we see things in society. We have absolutes. The problem, and I do not want to live in a theocracy. And many countries, the government is the religion and the religion is the government. We don't want that. So divergent thought is very good. Iron sharpens iron. I learn stuff from people I don't agree with, and they learn stuff from me. In America, that's a really good thing. However, if you take that to its logical conclusion, if your absolutes are different than mine, and my absolutes are different than yours, and your absolutes are different than yours, and we all live in this community, there's going to be friction. That's just common sense. The best way I could describe it, another analogy, in the morning, it's 7 o'clock, 7:30. We all know that when we go around to school, we're going to have to obey those flashing lights. They go 15 miles an hour, and that's just life. We expect that at 7:30 in the morning. If we get caught in traffic at 3:30, we expect the same thing, right? Sometimes you get thrown a little curveball when you're going from to and fro, and it's 12:30, and you're like, whoa, flashing lights, what's going on? Linda knows this, she's an educator. The little kindergartners, the crumb crunchers are getting out at 12 o'clock. You didn't expect that. You're like, oh God. So what happens? You have a decision to make at that point in time. The light is flashing, it says 15 miles an hour. The municipality has made a law that says you go 15 in a school zone. There's little kids running around. The school, East Vincent, has a vested interest in protecting their little ones. They don't want you to drive fast there. They have security, they have traffic people, there's police officers. But what if I'm driving down the road and there are people in the room here that when that thing says 15 miles an hour, they go 15 miles an hour. There are other people, maybe me, go 20 miles an hour. I can handle that. I'm slowing down enough to be cautious. I still got stuff to do, and nobody's going to pull me over for going 20 miles an hour. What if the third guy, he's been going 40 all the way down Route 23 here, and he's not slowing down? Because I know how to drive. I'll figure it out. I'm going 40. And what if we have a crazy guy that's been going 70 from Reading all the way down 23? He sees that light. That light doesn't mean anything to him, okay? We have a big problem there. We have 4 individuals with 4 different absolutes. That one respects these two kind of respect it. This guy doesn't respect it at all. If we have a culture like that, and we do, then we're going to have friction, because people are going to say, look, you do your Jesus thing over here, and I think it's great that you go to this church on a Sunday, but on Monday, check your Christianity at the door, because your God's not my God. And the agnostic may have a problem with the Islamist, who may have a problem with the Christian, and all 3 of them probably have a problem with the atheist, right? So on Monday, when that world kind of collides, there's going to be friction. And if you turn on the television or turn on radio, I do talk radio, it can get pretty crazy. And a lot of times, even though the truth is disseminated, people are preaching to the choir. Gary knows this. When I first started out in radio years ago, I was on WEEU up in Reading, and I would tell all my buddies, I'm on the radio. And there was no smartphones, there was no internet, there was nothing. You had to be close to Reading or you couldn't hear it. So my buddies would kind of drive around Reading and try to listen to me. And I would have, and I'm not indicting the guys in the room here, but I would have guy friends and girlfriends, and afterwards, how'd I do? And the women, your voice sounds so soothing. It's really great. You're not crazy like all those other people. And the guys would like, what's wrong with you? There's no red meat. I turned it off in like 30 seconds. You're like, is this what you want to do for a living? And so there's the difference there. And who's our model? WWJD. What did Jesus do? There were no radios in those days, but I'm pretty sure, in my knowledge of the scriptures, that Jesus spoke to people in a manner that was soothing yet forthright.